All right, welcome to the Explainer. Let me ask you something. What if all that software you pay for every single month, for your work, your side hustle, just keeping your life organized, what if it suddenly cost you nothing? And I don't mean a free trial or some watered-down version. I mean the full-fat, all features unlocked experience, for free. Well, today we're diving into a company that says this isn't just some crazy idea. They claim it's a fundamental right.
Okay, let's just let that sink in for a second. A fundamental right. Wow, that is a huge statement. That's coming from Mark Herdina, the founder of a company called Linkspreed. He's basically putting software access on the same level as, well, a basic human right. So you got to ask, what does that actually look like in the real world?
You know that one idea? It's the entire bedrock for a completely new way to think about the software we all rely on every single day. We're talking everything from super complex business software down to the simple apps on your phone.
So, Linkspreed is trying to blow up the model we're all used to, that freemium thing, right? Where you get a tiny taste of the features for free, but the good stuff is always behind a paywall. Their goal is to build really good, high-quality tech and then just give it away for free. At least, that's the claim.
All right, so how on earth are they planning to pull this off? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and look at the tech they've built to make this whole thing possible.
Their answer is something they call TRIVE technology. Now think of it as this big ecosystem of software tools. The keywords here are free, unlimited, and scalable. And the whole thing is paid for by something we all know very well: advertising.
Okay, let's really get into this, because I know what you're thinking. It's the big question, right? How can powerful, serious, business-level software be totally free? There's got to be a catch. There's always a catch.
Well, the model is actually surprisingly simple. It's just 3 steps. First, you pick the software tool you want to use. Then, you watch a quick ad, and boom, step 3, you get unlimited access, totally free. It's basically the same deal you make when you watch YouTube or use a free streaming service, but they're applying it to a completely different world of software.
So what's really happening here is you're paying with your attention, not your money. A few seconds of watching a commercial takes the place of that monthly credit card charge. That's the core bargain. That's the deal on the table.
And this ad model is also how they plan to grow. Like, a lot. See, because their money comes from advertisers, they can add more and more users, hundreds, thousands, millions, without having to charge you for the servers and all that back-end stuff. In theory, it lets them scale up massively without you ever seeing a bill.
Now, this TRIVE ecosystem isn't just one giant bucket of software. They've actually split it into 2 main parts, each one designed for a totally different kind of user.
So the platform is basically cut in half. On the business side, you've got Vertex. This is where they offer the heavy-duty stuff for free. We're talking CRM for managing your customers, ERP for handling all your company's resources. Then on the other side, you have Origin. This is for the rest of us, individuals, developers, for home use, with things like developer tools and personal management software.
Okay, so remember when we asked, what's the catch? Well, we're getting to it. Because with a service that's 100% free, you just know there's going to be some fine print. But to their credit, Linkspreed is actually really open about it.
I mean, how open are they? They literally frame it on their website with this phrase, free, no, but. They're not burying this stuff in a 50-page legal document. They're basically putting up a big sign that says, hey, pay attention, there's a giant but coming up.
And here it is, the but. The software is free, yes, but it comes with absolutely none of the guarantees you get with a paid service. Linkspreed takes on zero liability. Let me be clear what that means. They don't promise the service will be online. They don't guarantee your data is safe or that it'll even be there when you log back in. They don't even guarantee the service will exist tomorrow. This is it. This is the crucial trade-off for getting it all for free.
So you might think this is just about free software, right? But it's actually way bigger than that. This whole free SaaS model is just one piece of a much, much more ambitious plan for the future of the internet itself.
See, TRIVE is designed to be the foundation for something Linkspreed is calling Web 4. Now, the big idea behind Web 4 is to create a more decentralized internet. An internet where it's you, me, and our communities, not giant tech companies, who can build, own, and actually control our own online spaces and social networks.
So how does TRIVE plug into all that? Well, it's the toolbox. It's meant to be the free infrastructure that lets these new Web4 communities get off the ground. It gives them all the essential software they need to build and manage their own networks, without the massive cost that would normally kill an idea like this before it even starts.
And that brings us right back to where we started. Back to that core belief that's driving this whole thing. The idea that because good software is so essential, especially for businesses, it should be available to everyone.
Which leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. Think about it. We've all pretty much accepted that ads are the price we pay for our social media, for our video streaming, but are we ready to make that same deal for the mission-critical software we use to run our businesses, to manage our lives? That's the huge question that TRIVE technology is putting on the table for all of us.